Hello and welcome to this Sunday, August 11th, 2019 episode of Tesla Sidekick. Today's episode is about the Gigafactory and Tesla Semi, and I've been thinking long and hard this last week, and I believe that I can fit in a CDL toward the end of this year or the beginning of next year. It is a commitment that I am adding in life, and when I was a teenager, my dad had a CDL and he had a dump truck and he used it to pull his backhoe on a big trailer. And he also, used the dump truck to dump big loads rather than renting dumpsters. So it was really powerful to have in the construction business. And because of what I'm doing and I'm finally stepping into this, I'm finally ready to add this skill set to my arsenal. I believe that it's very important. I, have only towed two things. My camper, that's the prototype of the first Happy Hero Studio, and the another trailer that had my Mercedes on it that I previously had. So that car was really precious cargo, so I was really nervous about driving, and that made me nervous. When I drove with the camper, I felt a lot better. It was a lot different driving experience as well. There weren't mailboxes on the sides that I was nervous about, so at least not as near as the previous road with the car. And I had pulled with a pickup truck, a F-350, and I had pulled with a van. I have a G30 van. It's an old 95 van, and it works. But I need to add in to my skill set driving CDL. The Tesla Semi finally is inspiring enough to learn, and while it's going to end up having a lot of autonomous features and stuff like that, I still want to get a CDL so that I can move big trailers around and not feel uncomfortable about it. I don't want to be limited by my skill sets, and it's a skill set that I believe is important. And truck driving is a very important industry, and it may be disrupted majorly. So I want to understand. I want to understand it as much as possible. I want to understand the training process, the hiring process, the infrastructure process, the transportation process, and there's no better way to just start at the beginning and get a CDL. So that's something I'm adding in. It's not something that's going to be dominating my life. It's going to be dominating about a tenth of my time each day. So it's really, it's a part of it, but it's not a huge part, and it's not going to be until later on. So when I have some funds, I'm going to purchase a lower cost semi to use one just to practice in and stuff like that. And I need to have some dry vans for prototyping. So I want to be able to move those around and be able to hook up different types of trailers to be able to move our prototypes around, be able to test, figure these things out. While we have a lot of things in place, I want to be able to understand things a lot better, a lot deeper. And what Elon has done and how deeply he is in the engineering, I've always wanted to be deep into the engineering and understanding of things, but as I'm really diving into these podcasts, I'm digging deeper. And the Gigafactory and understanding the manufacturing, understanding all these things, it's so crucial to understand the whole picture. Henry Ford understood the whole picture of his business, every little piece, and the same needs to be with me. I mean, this is my life. I've got the time. I've got another lifetime to learn all these things, to understand all these things. I'm just one person in a billion. Well, one person in 10 billion, but one person in a billion that I intend on, impacting either directly or indirectly through my contributions here. So this is about really pulling out reasons and inspiration. That's why Tesla is so significant. That's why now is the time I'm getting the CDL. I was never inspired enough before. Now this innovation that Tesla has brought, this raving fan experience that Tesla has brought, it really has inspired me to want to know more about semis and be able to drive them more. I mean, even as a teenager, half of my life ago, I wanted to have a CDL at some point, but now I'm finally ready because the technology has caught up, if that makes sense. Same with the Gigafactory. Manufacturing was always something I was interested in, but now manufacturing and robotics has finally caught up where I'm finally ready to go deep into that craft. Thank you for another episode of Test the Sidekick. I hope has inspired you to dig deeper into the Tesla Semi and how we transport things around this country and how we, treat the semi drivers. It's really important. Also, Gigafactory, factory workers, what the factory of the future is going to be, what the people working in the factory of the future is going to be. Those are important things of the future that we need to understand. It's not just all going to be robotics. People are going to still work in factories. People are going to still have purposes. People are going to still have jobs. There's still going to be work to do for the foreseeable future. The next 30 years, there's still plenty of work to do. So I hope that this is helping you to understand that. If you want to check out the Happy Hero Studio, go to happyherostudio.com. Thank you for another episode. Have a great day.